Okay, so now we have the 6-3 work together. This is in 2 steps. Because the first step is we're going to bring everything down to the balance sheet and total up our columns. And then step 2, we're going to do one more totaling step at the bottom to see what our net income is or loss for the month. Okay, so all we need to do is extend all of our trial balances, taking into account the adjustments to the end to the balance sheet. So let's start with this top section, because once we get down to this bottom section, these expenses are going to go in the income statement section. So we'll start with cash, $4,900. Petty cash, $75. The AR, $1,387. Okay, so now this is where we get our $228 minus $153. That adjustment part. So $228 minus $153. That $75 that we saw in section 2 that supplies was worth. So $75 now for supplies. So credit. Oh. Then our insurance, $150. $375 minus $125, $150. And our accounts payable, $267. Credit. Okay. So now we're down to the income summary section. So still nothing goes in this line. But these values are going to go into the income statement section. This is the income and the expenses, the money that came into the company and the money that went out to pay the bills. So sales credit, $2,160. So these were debits, these adjustments for the insurance expense and the supplies expense. So don't let that throw you off. So that's why they went into the debit. They go into the debit column still. Then nothing goes over into the balance sheet columns from this bottom section. Okay, so now all we need to do for this step, to finish off this step, is to total up the columns. And this time around, they're not going to equal. They're not going to be balanced out. So don't let that throw you off, but that's what we're going to do in the next step. We're going to take care of that in the next step. So 460 plus 6 plus 125 plus 189 plus 153. What did I forget here? Oh, I forgot this big one, 550 for utilities. $460 plus 6 plus 125 plus 189 plus 153 plus 550. $1,483 for expenses. That are income for sales, $2,160. Notice how they don't match. There's a solution for that. So let's get down to our balance sheet columns. 82.87. Then the credit, 267 plus 754.43, 77.10. Notice these two don't balance either. That's all going to be all tied together in the next step. So there's the column totals. Ready for the final step here. So we're going to calculate the net income or net loss. So we'll fill in our line here, net income. Or you can look at the book and look at the example. So notice we have all these other cells that we're going to fill in. So we're going to start with the income statement sheet, income statement columns. So we're going to do 2160. So this is the sales, the money that came in from sales, 2160. And we're going to subtract all of the expenses. So income minus expenses equals the net profit. So our net income is $677. So that's how much the business made in profit. So now what we're going to do next with that one, net income, we're going to fill this last column in, this balance sheet credit column. We're going to fill that in with the same amount, 677. So now we're going to finish with our column totals. So hopefully you're guessing this correctly. Obviously 1483 plus 677. That's how we got this to begin with. So subtracting it from the 2160. Well, that equals 2160. So now those columns balance. So we don't have anything for our balance sheet debit column to tack on here at the end. So we'll just bring that amount down, 83.87. Now we've got 77.10 plus 677. And look at that. 83.87. Now the columns match. So now we've got columns matching here, column totals matching there, column totals match there, column totals match there. Perfectly balanced worksheet. So technically the parts that we just did with 6-3 work together, but this is the whole ball of wax, 6-1, 2, and 3.